Кстати. Вендор. Бабулька была нормальной. Торговать надо. У тебя еще есть 2000 денег. Отлично. Почему V2? А, это джихировские. Ага. Это скетерика. Ну, стерикинезм наручу тоже прикольно. Забавно. Метать пацанов.
Lady light away.
Я надеюсь, как я отсюда свалю, FPS получше станет. То есть, если нет, придется ком прибудться. То есть тут... Сейчас 70.
Lifted the curse and killed an immortal. It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant.
Спасибо.
I have no idea what life is like under Duke Ravengard's rule, but I've seen the respect he inspires in the Flaming Fist. And that tells me all I need about him as a leader. I hope you can save Duke Ravengard. For the good of Baldur's Gate.
Пойдем со мной.
Thank you. But look at me. I'm a relic. A glimpse of history barely strong enough to stand on his own 2 feet. Besides, Nathaniel should have someone here when he wakes up. It's the least I can do.
Тогда удачи.
You too, my friend. Thank you. From Nathaniel and I.
Так. С дедом я поболтал. С мелким я поболтал, с этой поболтал. Ща.
Back in last light, I was racking my brains. How the hells do we get past the curse? And then a blinding light cuts through the darkness like a blade through butter. All thanks to you, I hear. Didn't think we'd make it without the old El Rider to lead us. But you did a damn fine job.
Выкладывай денежки.
I won't feel safe until we're behind city walls. With Zevlor gone, it's up to me to make sure the survivors reach Baldur's Gate.
Что? Я же его освободил, он же... Что? после того, как он ушел, ты имеешь в виду, там перевод нормальный должен быть. Ну, перевод говна какой-то, согласен, в таком случае.
I would. We didn't have any fight left in him. There are less mouths to feed, but we still need supplies for the road. We'll scavenge what we can. Hopefully, we'll see you again in the city.
Hopefully.
Helm's blessings upon you.
Это играет. Слава Абсолют, by the way. Песик вышел. Двери закрытые. Ага. Песик тут был. Где костяной песик? Нет, костяной песик. Досада. А его всегда нет, или если ты с ним поболтал только? О, дроид.
I swear, I can already feel a change in the air. Like the curse itself knows its time is short.
И когда оно исчезнет?
I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry, all is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready. Your ranks are full. You'll need to make an opening for me if I'm to follow you. Take your time.
Говори, Скарлах.
Wish we could stay and see what this place will be like without the shadows. I bet it's beautiful. No rest for the wicked, huh?
Не, ничего не хочешь сказать. Вообще пофигу. Что у меня по квестам? Нитерийский камень. Что? Ладно. Надо лонгрест оформить. И тут еще с кем-то можно было поболтать. Наверное, есть смысл поболтать со всеми. Так, сначала ты.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
А, это тот край локации, где пацаны, и это типа там переход дальше. Все, понял.
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist and their commander, my father. The Absolute's armies on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
Что тебе известно?
I'd never heard tell of, but Gortash I know, or know of more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
Мизора.
Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
Да. Я подумал, что будет ответ про жизнь, значит,
As would
надо и
I.
отвечать.
And more. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the cult of the dragon made its move.
Черт. Религия. Что такое?
A religion devoted to conjuring the most evil of goddesses, the dragon Tiamat. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate.
Я взял
Grant me your soul,
пассивку
and I will give
на
you
чек
the
религии.
power to save it.
Я провалил пока что все ячейки, которые появились новые.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
Зорян плевать на врата Балдура. Наверное.
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
Так, надо пойти закрыть окно, потому что краской воняет. What the fuck, кто будет в четверг вечером что-то красить вообще? Так, пожертвовать душой. Это было смело. Да.
I don't know that it was brave. I just
Это
know
было
that it was
глупо.
right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed. It
Глаз.
is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her.
Шо, отец?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away.
After, he said only one word. Go. So I did. I understand. No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst. And Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither.
Скучаешь.
More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to.
Okay.
I guess I can take care of myself. I mean, I've gotten this far.
Чё нового?
You did it. Catherick Thorm is no more. The Shadow's grip is broken. Soon, the land shall heal.
Сканнозубы у него, конечно, целёхонькие, при том, что сам он покоцанный и полупрогнивший какой-то.
Not as glad as I am. Nature moves at its own pace, and bestows its bounty when it sees fit. Give it time. A reward shall come to you when you need it most.
Ещё и белые, капец, завидую. Да, я хочу лонгрест, надо со всеми поболтать, там полюбас еще кто-нибудь захочет. Наркоман, что скажешь?
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to give this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair.
Не, у него щека вон покоцанная. Да. Эйлин. Орлох что-то хочет сказать.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him?
The tadpole, the absolute. How?
Да, мы его прикончим. Все хорошо.
I looked after him with my life. I trusted him more than anything. He gave me away to Zariel just for kicks. He ruined my life just when it was starting. And now he'll use up the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him. He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
I can feel it. The engine. It's getting hotter, louder. It's going to blow if we don't find another way to fix it. You know, Zariel may have put the fucking thing in, but Gortash gave her the go-ahead. You expect this shit from devils, but not from the people you care about. Let's get to the city. Got business there I'm highly fucking keen to attend to.
Нет, он рванет, он не стуканет. Там по-другому же. Ты что скажешь?
These lands will soon be free of Shah's grasp. You can almost sense it.
Фига у нее
If I was a
синячины.
bard, I'm
Прям как у меня
tempted
по
to draw
утрам.
comparisons between nature and myself, both shaking off Shah. But luckily for you, I'm no bard.
Of course.
Давай поговорим. Оу, как ты? Как ты? Что? What's the difference? Давай третье, как ты?
Terrified, sick to my stomach. can't keep my feelings straight ever since I spared Nightsong, defied Shah. I don't know what comes next. But at least I have you by my side.
Что с нами происходит?
What's on your mind?
Как я
No
справляюсь?
notes. You've exceeded my every expectation. Considering all we've been through, I think I was very lucky to find such favorable company. And attractive company too, no less.
Окей. Ты что скажешь, дядька?
The way she leered at me. The blood merchant. I can't get it out of my head. I did what I always did. I let her use me. Why does it feel different to all the other times then?
Награда осталась у тебя.
I'll drink that potion and never think about it again afterwards.
Ты не drink.
To do to get it is going to stay. There's nothing more desirable in the world than a vampire, is there? Haven't you been through all I have? You damn well are going to fight with what few assets the gods give you.
Да.
Part of me feels sick when I think about getting on my back for breadcrumbs again.
Награда досталась не ему. Мне не следовало от себя
All the promiscuous jibes
принуждать.
paint a picture of someone who had relished the deed. You couldn't really have known.
Я все прослушал.
I had nothing at all for so long. Not even my body. That was owned by Cazador. To be sent out to tempt fools into his palace. I have bedded thousands of people. Half of them I barely remember. Most of them didn't even grant me temporary bliss. I thought it would be nothing at all to sell myself to that drow's fantasies. But the price was higher than I imagined. I don't want to do it again.
И я не стану тебя
It
принуждать.
isn't worth the scars anymore.
О, ты чё?
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past, being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shah's...
Secrets. Yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed.
Ну, если она хочет, значит, надо посмотреть.
Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere.
Ауф.
that it is a common rite amongst Aluna's followers to send their children off into the woods to find their way home. Perhaps this time it had gone awry. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
Нет. Но можно было набросить, что она силунитка.
But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed.
Копье ночи.
I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough, but I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
Копье ночи Selûne. Самое новое. У этой, да? 5-12. Ну, типа, прикольно. Так, слышь.
Good. I was just starting to
Мы только что разговаривали.
Of course.
Целоваться будем?
Don't stand in ceremony. Come here.
Где-то рядом стоит Астарион такой. Ребята, можно я уже пойду? Да. Пошел. Пес. Hope you keeping well, friend. Погладить пса. Проскипать анимацию. Уйти.
Shadowheart was no true child of Shah, merely a captive. She must have her vengeance.
Ну, походу. Спросить про диск.
Once again, your mind opens to Lae'zel, and she considers the disc.
More writings on Orpheus, the so-called Prince of the Comet.
Если не хочешь говорить, я пойму.
Let that be the end of it.
Я все равно уже все прочитал. Чао. Видимо, если с ней хорошие отношения, то она тебе порассказывает, что там написано. Самостоятельно, без подначиваний. Да, Эйлин нету, она отсюда ушла. Спать. Какой контент с Халсином втроем.
I've been lied to. My whole life. And I was gullible enough to just believe it. My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me.
Не, если это нормальный православный фрисом, то не осуждают в Сербии такое. Да, я буду рядом. Да.
But I want you to refrain from foolish heroics. When the time comes, we'll be entering a nest of vipers. I couldn't bear to lose you.
Роман православный. Православный.
We'd better press on for now.
МММ это не православный, это принеси деньги, получи бумажки. И о чем?
You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
Окей. МММ это пирамида, да. Максимально православная. А вот они вернулись, стоят, чилят тут.
Looking forward to a bit of rest, if I'm honest. It's been a long century.
И чё вы здесь чилите у меня в лагере?
I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer.
Ну, подойти ближе.
Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. My mate, most high. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and return to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the wicked one.
Без тебя бы у меня ничего не вышло. Если бы ты там рядом с этим скелетом не валялась, Shadowheart бы не втанчила.
We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it.
Что ты собираешься делать со свободой?
But not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Я не откажусь.
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
Ты вправду дочь
Do I
Силы?
not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb.
Мы только поцеловались. Как ты оказалась в плену в царстве теней?
Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aelin. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour, we each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed. Murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. But lo, the brute is dead, and we live!
Ну, очевидно, что не поможет.
Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
Да, похоронил. Какого собакина я байтил?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Блин, мешочки кидал псу, да, это 10 из 10 было. Я думал другого собакина, а не шкраба. Типа костяного. То давно было. У меня память как у рыбки. Шли, короче. Нету медвесыча, мертвый он. Он в лагере гоблинов валяется, разлагается. Я обосрался. Да, именно. Забайтил его напасть на гоблинов. Так, ну все, мне типа получается отсюда надо валить. Отсюда быстрее, наверное.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies.
У меня уже есть
You have the
союзники.
makings of a leader. Your actions have already inspired those around you. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
Кто-нибудь в
Even
городе,
if the
кто-нибудь
buildings
еще.
are demolished, there are always survivors. There are always those who
Кто
live.
такая ваша ментара, господи?
Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
Бесишь. Женщина Дроу в игре Baldur's Gate 3. Пишо, ёпт. Чё вы от меня хотите? Давай я еще и с этими говорю.
Long, dark below, but light above. Light at
Какие спойлеры? Я хотел посмотреть вообще, что это. Кто это? Типа, я хлебушек. Даже если я с ней говорил когда-то, я стопудово не знаю, кто это и что это. Че, мне просто надо дальше валить, у меня квестов нет. Правильно? Fast travel, понятно.
curse will soon be forgotten, thanks to us. The Absolute's armies are on the march, and Baldur's Gate is their target.
Ну, неоконченных дел у меня вроде нет здесь, в этой локе. Поехали.
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Ля, какая красота. Ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ду-ду. Минус FPS сейчас будет, да? Алло, шо у меня дома происходит с компами? Опа. Пёс.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prism bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Да ну его. Shadowheart топчик, Карлах топчик. Остальные, ну, наверное, тоже типа, ну...
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
Ой, это спойлеры в чате. Угу. Чё, меня с лагеря в лагерь портнули? Вы шо, рофлите? Да понятно, что забуду. Что у вас интересно?
Taken from the light to be raised in darkness. Your truth is finally dawning, Shadowheart. You can follow its light, or you can retreat back into dusk. The truth is finally dawning. Shadowheart can follow its light, or she can retreat back into dusk.
Что сейчас только что с ним произошло? Диалог сломался.
I'm listening.
Он причем, по-моему, как будто бы еще более короткую версию диалога сказал.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit. Do you need something?
А где правильный полноценный перевод? Что это такое? Она не это сказала. Фу.
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder.
Sometimes I wonder.
Painful truths have been thrust upon Shadowheart. I believe she is strong enough to endure, but her path will be easier with our support.
Ну, там теряется часть смысла про то, что типа в ее голове данная фраза звучала сильно лучше. Мне кажется, мы еще не познакомились нормально. Сука. Первая фраза, конечно, 10 из 10.
I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now. Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened.
Почему ты стал друидом?
I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Daniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector.
Не, но он же не предлагает пытаться замутить тройничок со Старионом. Вот такое точно нельзя. Есть ли у тебя родные друзья, любимые?
You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study me to learn all my secrets so you can take my place? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in high forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree. The grove became my family, with Sylvanus as my teacher. And now I have you.
Сука. А теперь у меня есть ты. Соболезную, блять. Понимаю, конечно, да. My condolences. Да,
It was a
соболезную.
long time ago. The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable.
Ты не ответил про любовь.
I'm 350 years old. Of course there have been lovers. Just because I love nature doesn't mean I'm betrothed to it. Though sometimes nature needs reminding.
Да, медведь не считается за вот это самое, он считается за нечто другое. Что именно иногда нужно напоминать природе.
Well, I didn't pick this scar up in battle. I was in wild shape. Only I forgot it was the season when bears are particularly social. A she-bear claimed me as her own and did not appreciate being spurned.
Про это он ничего не хочет спросить. Ну ладно, давай. Поехали.
Right now, I bed down alone, I'm afraid. Perhaps once I talk less of curses and parasites, my fortunes will improve.
Что-нибудь еще расскажи.
I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature? I know, well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey.
Что ты вырезаешь из дерева?
Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks.
Медведь-оборотень, любишь мед.
I like what I like. Once you get to my age, you realize there's little point in denying yourself, so long as others aren't affected.
Спасибо, что рассказал.
Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks.
Да, боюсь
They are
кракенов.
fierce creatures from what I understand, but as long as you avoid the high seas, I think you can consider yourself safe. Anytime.
Мне что, нечего рассказывать? Как я
Given the
справляюсь?
circumstances, you're faring as well as can be expected, I suppose.
Окей. В башне личинка кракена. Ты что скажешь?
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires.
Накидывает сексуальные спойлеры.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. And we are no closer to knowing why that bastard is so obsessed with getting me back.
У тебя нет идей?
I think we should track down my fellow spawn. I'm not exactly looking forward to a reunion, but perhaps they'll know something. If we can find them, we can force them to tell us what he's been doing since I was gone. And honestly, I imagine they'll be coming for me in the night if I don't.
Где они могут
Unless
быть?
Cazador has changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk.
Ты что скажешь?
Soldier?
Ты скажешь soldier? Wait. Он просто в лагере со мной чилит.
My resplendence honors yours.
Есть вопросы?
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
Ничего интересного нового.
My resplendence honors yours.
На это она всего, скорее всего, скажет, что нет.
Our thoughts are as one, my friend. You must face the chosen of Bane and Baal. I will do my part to see them laid low.
Типа. Забавно просить ее оставаться в лагере насовсем, когда ты уже в другом лагере, который уже почти во вратах Балдура. Что?
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Of course.
Давай целоваться.
I thought you'd never ask.
Я чатик почитаю. Солжа звучит прикольно. Корпус могущества. Да, корпус могущества. Нормальные штаны. Мужские. Что не так, я не понимаю.
Seems simple enough.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes?
Да, я поступлю так, как будет правильно.
You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
The reckoning is upon us. The city thirsts for domination. March. Join power.
We're under attack. Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Чё? Опять файты.
Heading out.
Ой, момент.
easy. Light on my feet.
Хо-хо-хо. Тупые монахи. Да ты издеваешься. Ну-ка, бафни.
Creator, destroyer.
Can't give up. Not now.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Пизжи. Evasion. Твою мать! А, ну у тебя, блин, да.
Come quickly! I can't do this without you.
Covered.
Там еще кто-то чилит.
One day I'll catch a break.
Да оставь ты мне женщину в покое. Куда ты критуешь по Гейлу, пес?
On my way.
Talk to me.
Мне, скорее всего, не надо всеми добежать до портала.
Heading there.
Каким-то одним. Ну, монахи, конечно, мое почтение.
Hurry, or we will all become thralls.
Или только одним надо добежать.
Let me at it.
That orb's about to explode. I speak from some experience.
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
Ну, подождешь.
Hurry. I can't hold them back alone.
Still breathing, despite everything.
You will be cleansed.
Досада. Я не готов. Не готов был к такой херне. Я бы хоть медведя позвал к себе в пати. Если б знал. Ну, в самом деле. Сейчас меня выкинет с платформы. Да? Как же они дамажат? Черти. Блин, на прыжок это бонус экшен. И это бонус экшен. Толкнуть это бонус экшен. Бесит. Девочка не враги. Твою мать. Что она наваливает? Подожди. Ну вы же должны быть в бою, алло. Ой. Я бонусный экшен потратил. У меня где-то хилочка есть хорошая. Одна. Как они наваливают, суки. 0. Кайф. У вас нормально все по кубикам, блин? Кому довериться? Как не читать? Там интересности пишут. Нет. Удар щитом. Не. Не.
Survival is all that matters.
Найс накритовал.
Back in my sails.
Не, погоди. С них что, даже ничего забрать нельзя?
Come to the skull. It's not over. Come to the skull.
Come. Надо было монаха качать. И лети до одной пяточкой убил. Точнее, не убил, а прописал.
Is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
Докажи, что ты мне не врешь.
From a viper, back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. You let me live last time you were here, though it brought Blackheath's wrath upon you. I told you about my room in the Elsong Tavern, that night when you held me. I was vulnerable. You comforted me. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
И как?
The god. Destroy the god. Master. Do it now.
Не, ну, давай порофлим.
We can turn the tide.
Четыре. Будет весело. Что они наваливают, эти монки? Но ты не на месте, Луизель, так что пофиг. Стой в ферах. Ой, как же он хорош. Ух, твою мать. Нормальный там дэмэдж вообще. — 36%. Еще и откинет в помойку. Кто из них встанчики там? Ты. 14. 15. Пойдет. Не трожь. Мeh. Мeh. Не-не-не, только не гею. Твою мать. Нормально 30 урона? По Shadow Heart вообще. Тебе как, дядя? На гигачада звать. Сейчас пропишет. Ой, бля. Хорошо танчит женщина. Одобряем. Есть обычная. Почему у нее АВЕ не рисуется? Я по всем прописал. Кайф. Так, похиляй. Хорошо. Ой, хорошо. Бля, у вас там обсуждение. Не. Не. Это был спойлер того, что третья кританет. Там не... Или промахнется. Там не спрашивал никто. Можно в мусорку ее выпинуть, попробовать, типа, но зачем? С промахами так кайфово. Как же ты дамажишь. Попало. Умри. Умри. 75 же. Отлично. Убираем шипы. У тебя 12 хп, Гейл. Я тебя просто похиляю на 6-13. Пока.
Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer, yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
Of all the things to be indebted to, a bloody mind flayer.
Так, кто ты?
You may call me the Emperor. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stillmain. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
Так, Лорд Горташ.
His hubris knows no bounds. To enslave me, that was his nature. But to enslave an elder brain, a questionable decision. I shall look forward to sharing his downfall with you.
Мозги преступников.
Rather them than potential future allies, like you.
Нормальный у вас чат. Так, что за битва?
To tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Blackith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
А ты не пробовал с ним договориться? Так. Когда Влакит отправила нас в призму, кого она хотела убить?
Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him in defiance of their teachings. Blackith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Blackith will be finished.
Тупо вайпнул. Все сообщения от Романа. Да, так, ты здесь в плену?
God has sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prism. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You.
Вообще я чат особо не читал, там типа вы могли спокойно дальше сраться на тему, кто лучшая вайфу. Почему-то никто не обсуждал Гейла. Смотри, какая вайфа стоит. Так, что будет, если мы его освободим?
The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense will be to kill him, and in so doing, he will doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion, a pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched Illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already Illithid, a sworn enemy, just like me.
Да, чем больше я с тобой разговариваю, тем меньше похож на мозгоеда.
My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel. But the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me. I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand in the form of magic, and that humanoid shape you've come to know. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You too should embrace this change.
Не-не-не, мне это не нравится, спасибо.
Like it or not, our chances of defeating the Elder Brain are substantially improved if you embrace your latent Illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence.
Не-не-не-не-не, мне тентакли не нужны.
Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you.
Да, процероморфоз интересно.
The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an Illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not?
No.
I understand. Let us hope then that your present self will be sufficient to deal with 3 gods of death and a giant magically enhanced Elder Brain. But in case you change your mind... Look after it. Use it when you're ready to evolve. You or your allies. It has vitality enough for you all. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The Brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the Brain, and bring it under our control.
Ты что, забагался? А, я Элема контролю. Правильно. Забагался. Мой мозг забагался. Слава богу, что ты не хочешь разговаривать. Я мискликнул. Да я и не особо читал, если честно. Спиральная сфера господства.
The orb hums with cerebral magic, permeable. Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse. The murmur of his powers being siphoned away.
А что тут еще можно сделать в астральном плане? Собирать пустотные клубни.